U.S. reveals the first sixth-generation fighter jet. The world has now gained insight into what the sixth-generation American and gang fighter would look like, thanks to the biggest defense contractor in the world, Lockheed Martin. And it's everything Russia and China should be afraid of. We may now be aware of a great deal of the primary capabilities of the NGAD fighter, and we'll go over each one in this video. The reveal includes all of the fighter's key characteristics, and when combined with previously known information about the fighter, such as the potential use of the Revolutionary Shield laser weapon. But first, let's take a look at the most recent official Lockheed Martin rendering, which has once again garnered attention to the sixth-generation NGAD fighter. A new piece of art by Lockheed Martin was published to promote the LMXT tanker idea. A more intriguing character, a hypothetical manned sixth-generation fighter from the Next Generation Air Dominance Program, or NGAD for short, is also depicted in this artwork. The U.S. is attempting to deploy a family of next-generation systems including new engines, sensors, munitions, networking, and battle management capabilities. The program also produced a new manned fighter of the sixth generation, among other things. A diamond-shaped wing with straight leading and trailing edges are incorporated into this fighter's stealthy tailless design. The wing and the long extended fuselage, which has a single distinct shine line and abruptly tapers toward the nose, are intimately integrated. These characteristics remarkably resemble a figure seen by the combat zone in several satellite images of the well-known Area 51 Flight Test Center. Another intriguing fact is that Northrop Grumman, another significant defense contractor, has a proposal that is strikingly similar to Lockheed Martin's most recent drawing. These similarities demonstrate that the NGAD fighter was created with cutting-edge future designs and equally futuristic capabilities. The NGAD fighter's capabilities significantly influenced the lethality of the whole NGAD family of systems. Therefore, in order to understand the capabilities of NGAD, it is necessary to examine those of its fighters, particularly its stealth, open architecture, cutting-edge sensors, and armaments. Only one generation of fighters ago, stealth was a breakthrough, but has now become a mainstay. The NGAD fighter has an overall triangular shape, holds its payload internally, and lacks a distinct tail section, also known as a vertical stabilizer, to maximize its stealth features. It was unveiled as the first fighter in history with such a cutting-edge design. Prior to the invention of active flow control and the B-2 Spirit, vertical stabilizers were always necessary to keep an aircraft in the air. In order to maintain airborne in a manner similar to how birds fly, active flow control uses computer brains on board to continuously modify the flow around the aircraft. This gives an aircraft the highest amount of stealth. This partially explains the $2 billion cost of the B-2 and the $10 billion budget for the NGAD that Congress has approved in the last 10 years. Targets on the ground, in the air, at sea, and even in space can be destroyed with laser weapons. The NGAD fighter is equipped with high-performance weapons, missiles, and ATP engines with subsonic, transonic, and supersonic flying capabilities, loyal wingmen, and the best avionics, communications, and electronic warfare countermeasures available. Nevertheless, despite these improvements, decades of history have taught the U.S. that an aircraft can always be improved, even if it is already quite advanced. This is especially true now that near-peer adversaries are becoming more and more competitive with one another. The NGAD fighter will therefore have an open design that enables the fighter to swiftly and readily adopt new upgrades. In this manner, the fighter will continuously adapt to fresh obstacles on the battlefield brought forth by the technological advances of adversarial militaries. Simply put, years after it is deployed, the sixth-generation NGAD fighter can be modified to become the seventh-generation NGAD fighter. The immediate surroundings of the NGAD fighter will be miles wide, since it will be able to identify targets, allies, and items of interest from distances of up to 10 miles away. The fighter can function as a surveillance, reconnaissance, and target acquisition aircraft thanks to this capability. The sensors that enable this have the highest level of connectivity, enabling them to share their data with every other ship in the fleet, regardless of whether they are the sixth generation or not, keeping the whole U.S. fleet up to date with pertinent information in real time. The U.S. would replace aircraft radars with electrically configurable smart skins built into the body of the aircraft. As a result, network adaptabilities and sensor sensitivity both rise. Additionally, it facilitates fleet-wide communication and ultimately permits remote control. As a result, depending on the demands of the operation, the NGAD fighter can be optionally manned. Now that we've covered systems, let's talk about weapons. The NGAD fighter is fully equipped with the most cutting-edge American weapons, including guns, bombs, missiles, and laser-directed energy weapons. The most widely publicized of these are laser weapons, and for good reason. One benefit is that they have endless magazines because they can keep firing as long as they are linked to power sources. Secondly, the fastest object known to man, they literally annihilate targets at the speed of light, or 300,000 kilometers per second. Thirdly, laser weapons operate entirely autonomously, carrying out the majority of their tasks from identifying and locating targets to eliminating them without the need for human input. The Self-Protect High-Energy Laser Demonstrator, sometimes known as SHIELD for short, is a laser weapon that the Air Force is currently developing to take advantage of these characteristics. A team from Northrop Grumman, Boeing, and Lockheed Martin is creating the SHIELD. The beam control system would be provided by Northrop Grumman, the pod subsystem that fixes the other parts to the underside of the aircraft would be provided by Boeing, and the laser itself would be provided by Lockheed Martin. The laser is referred to as LANCE, which stands for Laser Advancements for Next Generation Compact Environments throughout the military. The Air Force gave Lockheed Martin a stunning $26.3 million to design, develop, and manufacture LANCE. Their 40-year focus on developing laser weapons, especially with crucial developments like precise aiming and control, line-of-sight stability, and adaptive optics, has undoubtedly helped them become the go-to laser firm. According to the business, LANCE uses a variety of technological building pieces from internal research and development initiatives, such as the Robust Electric Laser Initiative (RELY) program for the Army. This suggests that LANCE could either be a laser weapon of the 60 kilowatt class or a scaled-up version of it. A measure of how quickly the entire NGAD program is moving along is the fact that LANCE has already been handed to the Air Force. The United States does not have a sixth-generation program alone. Numerous countries, including China, Russia, the UK, France, Italy, and others, have sixth-generation schemes. These programs are all comparable in their capabilities. The nation that had its representative ready first would win the contest.